So, Kaden, I'm just going to remind you for the last time that I will be filming you, but it is for academic purposes. I'm going to be submitting this and I will get graded on it. So I just want to make sure that I have your verbal consent to
Yes,
do so.
You do have my verbal consent.
Okay, great. Let's get started.
Okay.
Hi, Kaden. It's so good to see you again. How have you been since the last time we spoke?
I've been okay, you know. It's been a pretty rough week at work. Very draining, very overwhelming, stressful.
I'm so sorry to hear that, but thank you for sharing right away. So we can definitely explore that today, but I just want to make sure that there isn't anything else you'd like to discuss specifically in this session.
Well, I think I'd want to find out why I've been so drained lately. I'd also say I've been pretty unsure of myself. I'd like to discuss that a bit as well. And like I've noticed, it's become like a pattern.
Okay. So that's a really important topic, and I'm so happy that you've actually been able to recognize it as a pattern. So we will try our best to explore this and see if together we can make some sense of it, okay?
Yeah.
So do you think you could tell me a little bit more about what's been going on at work this past week?
Well, my manager, he asked me to lead a presentation.
Okay.
And I completely froze.
Oh no.
Yeah. I was just doubting myself the whole time I was up there. Like doubting the ideas I had, the skills I have. You know, almost felt like I don't belong there.
Okay, was this the first time that you've ever presented?
No, it was not the first time I've ever presented.
Well, that sounds really difficult, especially because it's not the first time doing something like this.
Yeah.
So since you've done this before, do you think maybe that there's been a little bit of a shift?
Yeah, you could say there's been a shift. I felt like I was faking it.
Okay.
Like while I was up there, like I said before, I felt like I didn't belong. Like everyone watching could almost see or would eventually see that I wasn't actually good enough.
So that sense of not being good enough, it seems like it's weighing very heavily on you. Would you say that that is something that you can recognize where it's coming from? Do you think you know where that voice is coming from?
Well, I wouldn't say I exactly know where it's coming from, but like even in school when I'd present speeches or lead for a group project, a group presentation or something, like I always felt that I had to almost work twice as hard.
Yes.
Almost work harder than everyone else to prove myself, to prove that I belong, to prove that I'm good enough to be where I was.
So that actually makes a lot of sense, because it sounds like this feeling didn't just come from the presentation. It's part of a deeper underlying story. And can you see how you are connecting the dots so thoughtfully?
I never thought about it like that. I always just thought I'm stressed or I'm overwhelmed or I'm overthinking.
So stress can definitely be the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
But underneath it, it sounds like you're carrying a lot of pressure on yourself to be perfect, to prove yourself worthy, to be to perform well. So if we pause for a moment, when that inner critic actually says you aren't good enough, how true does that feel to you in those moments?
Do you mean like how it feels to me in the moment?
Yes. So when that voice is telling you you're not good enough, how do you feel? Do you believe it?
Oh, 110% I believe. It's completely true in the moment. Because like in the moment, it's overwhelming, it's
Yes.
over-consuming.
Yes.
Like it takes over my mind completely,
Uh-huh.
and I can't think straight, can't think clearly at all.
So that voice can actually be incredibly convincing.
Yeah.
But my question to you is, what would you tell a friend who is in the same situation as you, who has that voice in their head?
I would tell them that they're being way too hard on themselves.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would tell them that to not listen to the voice, because that voice is just like doubt.
That is such a compassionate response. But what would you... That is such a compassionate response. And I actually wonder what it would be like to give a little bit of that kindness to yourself.
I don't think I actually know how to do that. To be compassionate and to be kind towards myself. Like forgiving towards myself.
That's okay. That's something that you and we can learn together.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, learning to meet those tough moments with a little bit of gentleness. So you mentioned to me earlier that you've done presentations before.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know how you managed to keep yourself calm and actually excel during those times.
I would prepare a lot.
Okay.
Like a lot. I would practice a lot. Just I'd prepare a lot. So I would always feel confident. I would always feel ready. Like I wouldn't doubt myself as much because I knew what I was presenting or what I was doing.
So preparation and confidence are part of your strengths. Even this time, despite the anxiety, you still showed up and you still did it, and that is resilience.
I guess you could say so. I never thought about it like that. You know, I just thought I failed.
Well, you did something hard while carrying doubts and pressure, and you still followed through. That is worth acknowledging.
Yeah.
What would it be like to remind yourself of those strengths?
Maybe it could help. Like it won't fix everything. It won't, I don't do a lot, but it could definitely help. Like it's a start to remind myself of my strengths and what I'm good at.
I like that. That is a very realistic and hopeful outlook.
Thank you.
It's not about fixing everything.
Yeah.
It's about making space for small shifts, like compassion and recognizing your own actual capabilities. So, as we wrap up for today, I'd like to know what stood out the most for you in the session.
I guess it would be the point where I realized that the doubt wasn't exactly new, that it wasn't, that I had it before, but I was just a lot more confident and a lot more prepared than I was now for this.
That is such a powerful insight, Caden. And I will be there with you next time to help you as we work through this. When it comes to next time, would this still be something that you want to discuss?
I'd have to see how it goes. But after reminding myself to challenge those doubts and remind myself of my strengths, then maybe.
Great. I really, really appreciate your openness today. You did some really important work. Always remember, be kind to yourself. and be kind to yourself this week. I will see you next time.
Thank you. I will definitely remember to be kind to myself.